make their lives better. And when we found out what the Global Shea Alliance was doing, so they better watch out. They're just small enough, Mama's gonna come in and just steamroll over the top of them. It was like it was meant to be in every way, shape, and form. The sisterhood is the key. You can't imagine what life is like there. Even saying it, I don't think we have a full appreciation, understanding, and idea. This is not the most beautiful picture you've ever seen. Rachel, Adam did the most amazing job. You take a group halfway across the planet. This is us out in front of Jamestown down in Accra, the poorest area in the whole city. And it's unimaginable what you see. And you take a group, the first time you go and you kind of go by yourself and no fear, don't worry about it, everything's amazing, and you never think about it. Well, you take your home office family that you love, you take your influencers that you love, you take your little tiny babies that you love, and you put them on a plane, you send them halfway around the world, and you wonder, is this gonna go okay? And on dusty buses and hard beds and, bathroom situations that we don't want to talk about. Not one complaint.
Yeah.
Not one word of negativity. Not 1 second of entitlement. And the most beautiful experience. And I can't help but think from this, the reason the healer existed is because I had a little boy with a little bit of eczema and I didn't want to put steroids on him. And found Shea, and it worked. So when we start Posh, I'm like, oh, well, we need Shea because it's hard to find it, and I'll make a healer. And here we stand all these years later, and there's this neon pink warehouse out in the middle of the African bush that you can see for about a mile as you drive up to it. If you don't know where Ghana is, it's located here in Africa, and Gizagunda is up here, kind of in the northeast of the country. I'm going to run through these statistics quickly, because we don't have a ton of time. The average annual income in that village is $93 a year. Think about that for just a minute. We spend $199 a month pampering ourselves. It's $93 a year. Education costs. Tiffany said you choose which child goes to school. This is why. Literacy rates in our village. The average adult needs 1,100 pounds of food a year. It costs $60 US to get 220 pounds of rice. Primary occupations are farming for men and Shea for the women. That's how important this is. Our processor seasonal income will be quadrupled this summer because you gave them that warehouse. The pickers will double. Here's that fat Christy's so proud of. This is hard work, and they made so much fun of us. We were train wrecks. I was covered from head to toe. I used my left hand, which is apparently a huge social faux pas. This is the village chief. And while you go and you try to understand customs and you try to figure out, how is life different? What are our commonalities? We go see the chief. You go in the hut. There are the elders. There are the sub-chiefs there. Beautiful, beautiful ceremony. And the chief comes out in all his garb, and he's got people carrying a little tent while he walks around the village. But when we went back the next morning, he was in a Tribe Vibe t-shirt and went out and picked Shea with us. We were there about 2 days. We got in late morning and left late afternoon the next day. You have to go back and forth. But anyway, we got to spend 2 days in the village. We took us right before we left. And when you first arrive, the stark differences in the way we live and the way they live jump out at you. And by the time you take this picture 2 days later, despite the fact that you have very few words in common, all you think about is how much the same we are. We love our families. All we want is to pursue our dreams, feed our kids, be happy, love each other, have a sense of community. This is the Dagbani word for love, will, and wish, Yurlam. This is what our Shea sisters have named their tribe, their cooperative. Yurlam is the name of the tribe. And when you look up the meaning, and it's a little bit hard to find, but when you look up the meaning, it means love, it means will, it means wish. Love of Shea, love of mutual respect, it's that sisterhood. You can't imagine how quickly women find a way to talk and laugh. Tiffany got adopted, we weren't sure we were gonna get her out. We're trading jewelry and hats and sunglasses. And there's just this common bond. We say we are all in this business together, we're all doing things together. Will. This woman, we met with the community the second day and asked them, how else can we help you be successful? What else can we do? And through an interpreter, several of the women in the little gathering spoke. This woman stood up and talked for 5 minutes at least, passionately, talked and talked and talked. When the translator interpreted what she said, she talked about watching her brother come to her home and never knowing if he was going to need something or to be able to help her. And how now she never had to care because she could always help herself. Wish. Look at these two little girls from the tribe. If you could, what opportunities could you give them? What could you see for them? When we talked about it, Tiffany talked about it, it's real. These are real people with real pursuits, just like us. What would you give these little girls? What could you do for them? What kind of future could they have? Could we do more? Could we help more? In this sisterhood, can we keep looking to the future? I think what I fell in love with so much about the GSA is this not charity. We're in business with these women. We have a partnership. I don't want charity. I want somebody to help me get on my feet and then help me fly. Now, we build a warehouse. We are not done. Within 2 hours of being there, we were already talking about what's next. The village is remote, and they don't have a lot of access to healthcare. We need to help them. I want to go on a medical trip next spring. My incredible husband, who generally wants nothing to do with Posh, because heaven knows it's insanely enough in our lives, has offered to help coordinate and put it together, because he's got that background. But we need your help, and we'll continue to provide details, and because we're super short on time, I'm not going to share them now. But what is important is you keep sharing these stories and these products, and you keep telling people what you're doing, because you're not selling a stupid piece of soap. You are making your life better, and you are making people better on the other side of the planet. And it isn't charity, it's the ability to fly and do whatever it is you want to do. Please, please continue to share these products. We're going to add another one, but we can't add it yet. Because one, it's not done, and two, it will melt. So we can only sell it October through February. You will have tins of refined Shea from the hands of our women in Gizagunda to share.
Wow.
And here's what I need you to do right now today. We want you to become a friend of Shea as well. Keep sharing those products. But if you would like your own Tribe Vibe t-shirt in blue, because, you know, those of us that went on a trip, we have a little pack. But you can get a friend of Shea t-shirt, and we have a little book for $25. And with that donation, we will make a significant donation to the Global Shea Alliance so they can continue to do the important work that they do. And I believe we'll have some of those available out here today, and they will be on the portal. And our goal is to get 1,000 Friends of Shea in the next 6 weeks. Can we do it? And I want to close with this. So many of us find incredibly petty first world problems to have, right? There are legitimate problems here. I'm not saying none of us have anything to deal with. The next time you're feeling a little down, next time you're kicking yourself a little bit, next time you're frustrated with you or your life or anything in it, I want you to step out of yourself for a minute and remember how important it is what you can do, how big you really are, how many opportunities you really have to make somebody better. Forget yourself. Go sell a Tribe Vibe bar. Go sell an Always Gonna Love You. Next time you need a happy dance, take one and go off and think about how you can contribute to something bigger than yourself. We don't have time to waste. We don't have time to waste feeling sorry for ourselves or thinking something's too hard or thinking we're not good enough. We just have work to do. That village will change your life. These women are incredible. They work so hard. They need our partnership. Please, please, let's not let them down. Deal? Yeah. You are amazing. Thank you for all you've done for the Shea Sisterhood.